Okay, we're going to do another packet tracer for CIS 102. This is the last one from Chapter 4, D2-423. Notice that this one here talks about observing an ARP request. It also says to switch back and forth to get the green lights to show up, but it never seems to want to do that on this system. So let's go ahead and click in here, go to desktop, and then go to web browser. And we're going to send a request out to web server, or ISP server. And we're going to click go, and then we're going to come down here and take a look at what's going on. We have these packets. Layer 2 Ethernet header is sending the packet, and then go to the next layer is actually the port, and then outbound information, example of our source MAC address, target MAC address. So let's go ahead and close that and take a look at this red one over here. Level 7 is the dynamic name server. It's a layer 4 UDP. And then layer 3, source IP address is not specified. Layer 2, next hop is unicast. So then let's take a look at that. Let's go ahead and advance by going capture forward. And let's see what happened to that packet when it got to the switch. Okay, now we have it's at the switch. Sending a valid frame, higher process frame. MAC address does not exist in the MAC table of the switch. The switch adds the new MAC entry to its table. Destination MAC address is a broadcast. The switch produces the frame, processes the frame. Destination MAC address matches the receiving MAC address, ports MAC address, the broadcast address, or a multicast address. The device decapsulates the PDU from the Ethernet frame. The frame is an ARP frame. The ARP is processed. The active VLAN interface is not up. ARP process ignores the frame. So let's see what the next layer says. It's a broadcast frame. The switch sends out the frame to all ports on the same VLAN except the receiving port. Okay, so let's go ahead and drop it and advance the next frame. I'm thinking the router and the server there are going to receive that. Yep. Let's take a look at the router, because the router is going to drop the packet. Yep, our process drops the frame because broadcasts are not sent out over the internet. It does not match the receiving port's IP address, and then it checks to see if the IP address is reachable. Once it finds out that it is on the same network, it drops it. Okay, so let's go over and take a look at this one. The frame's destination MAC address matches the receive port MAC address. The device decapsulates the PDU. The frame is an ARP frame. The ARP is processed. The frame is ARP frame is a request. ARP request target IP address matches receive port's IP address. The ARP process updates the table with the received information. ARP process replies to the request with the received port's MAC address. Device encapsulates the frame and then sends it back out. So we're going to go ahead and capture forward, and it's going to send us back up to the switch. And I'll go ahead and hit one more, and the switch will send it back up to the PC. Let's take a look at this. ARP process takes out this packet from the buffer and resends it. Device encapsulates Ethernet frame. Okay, let's drop that one and let's take a look at this one. E receives the frame. Frame's destination MAC address matches. ARP frame is a reply. ARP updates the ARP table with received information. ARP proceeds to take out and sends the buffer packet awaiting for this ARP reply. Alright. And then capture forward. Okay. So basically we're going to follow a similar process for this one. Except for I believe this is actually the data packet. Yep, it resolves the name, finds the domain with the IP address, and then re-encapsulates it all back down, and then it's going to send it back up to the host with the MAC or the IP address information now. All right. Now that the computer has the IP address it's looking for, it will send the packet out to its intended destination. Okay. And here we see the packet that it sent going to the ISP server. As you can see, all the places that went along the way that were not the ISP server basically just dropped the frame. Alright. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and click on the activity here, which should say it started out with 100%. And we'll go ahead and wrap this one up and get on with the next set.